My name is Lynn. I'm the VP of Product and Content Marketing here at Dataiku, and I'm excited to be here today with Bindu from BCLC.
Thank you so much for having me, Lynn. I'm working as a data scientist at British Columbia Lottery Corporation in Vancouver, Canada.
And can you tell us, maybe for the people who aren't that familiar with BCLC, kind of what you do in the business to give us some context for the kind of work you're doing, what's special about kind of doing data science or AI in this type of organization?
Yeah, BCLC is a public sector organization responsible for conducting and managing gambling in a socially responsible manner in the province of British Columbia in Canada. So, BCLC operates lottery, casino, and sports betting products and has a unique blend of traditional and digital business operations. Social purpose drives BCLC's decisions, ensuring that our business activities generate positive benefits that contribute to a better world. In the last fiscal year, BCLC generated $1.5 billion in net income to support essential services such as healthcare, education, and community programs. Coming to data science, it plays a crucial role in helping us making informed decisions that benefit both our players and our business. And what makes AI particularly special at BCLC is the variety of applications we work on. We aim to leverage advanced analytics across areas such as player health, marketing, and enhancing player engagement and experience. And in addition, due to the highly regulated nature of gambling industry, which means that we must be very mindful of privacy and compliance, making data governance one of the core components of our work. And over the past couple of years, BCLZ has made a significant progress in building the infrastructures for advanced analytics and AI, which is setting us up for greater opportunities in the future.
Great. Thanks for that comprehensive introduction. I think that gives people kind of a good idea of what you're working on. Let's turn to BCLC and Dataiku. How long have you been using Dataiku?
We have been using Dataiku for around a year now, and prior to this, we were just using Python locally on our laptops for our data science projects. And Dataiku has really streamlined our data science work, and it has made collaboration among our team members a lot easier and more efficient. And we have seen great results so far, and I'm excited to share details about one of the projects that we have worked on. And as we keep exploring what DataQ can do for us for upcoming projects as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Let's dive into that project. I know this is one that kind of applies not only to your industry, but something that maybe many of our other customers or people looking to buy Dataiku would be interested in. Can you kind of provide an overview of the marketing mix modeling project and explain why you chose it to bring in-house using Dataiku instead of relying on external consultants, as I know you and the team were doing before?
Yeah, marketing mix modeling aims to measure the impact of our advertising spend from our various media channels on our sales. Media channels include both online channels such as social media, digital search ads, and online video ads, and offline channels include TV and radio advertisements. And we use statistical modeling, specifically using Bayesian methods for this purpose, while considering the different effects in advertising that are specific to this industry, such as lag effect and saturation effects. The insights generated from marketing mix modeling allow us to identify which channels are driving the most value, and this in turn helps us to optimize our budget allocation across different media channels. And why it matters for BCLC is because marketing expenditure is one of BCLC's largest budget line items in tens of millions of dollars annually. And as a public sector organization, we have to be extra cautious with our advertising spend, and also with the current state of economy post COVID and flattening revenues. Uh, Understanding the return on investment and optimization of this very considerate spending is more critical than ever. And
Definitely, I
for
think.
this project, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
Yeah, for this project, we relied on external consultants until a couple of years ago, and it was at great expense, and also it was like a black box approach from our end that either we can't be sharing, couldn't be shared or explained by our vendor at that time. So we chose to bring it in-house for a few reasons. First one is cost efficiency and flexibility. And we model each of our product lines, such as lottery, casino, sports, individually. And external consultants can become very expensive, especially when we require ongoing iteration and these brand specific models. And we're actually quite proud of the fact that we built all our mixed marketing models with zero spend on consulting. And historically, BCLC has relied on our ad agencies to measure their own performances and influence our planning decisions with their own data and models. And in the past, this process of data collection was not streamlined, and it took us a few months from our ad agency to compile this data. And additionally, there would be extra charges for it. And while bringing this model in house, we improved the quality of this data collection by setting a proper timeline and standards. And we can be flexible also with new data additions as we iterate more and more. And for example, we have added earned media spend estimations, which we had not done in the past, to improve the quality of our outcomes. And so we have the flexibility to continuously add more data and features. And we have done this in our most recent iterations already, and without the constraints of renegotiating the contracts with consultants. This is very important for us because our product lines have very different experiences, meaning that our sports model is different from lottery model, and lottery model different from our casino model. And yeah, I want to give a shout out to my amazing team at Arnold, who excels at researching into these features for different product lines and making sure we collect the data we need, and translating insights into actionable recommendations for our marketing team. And another most important reason is the investment in building our team capabilities, as BCLC is making progress and investing in the advanced analytics space.
Excellent. So it sounds like there were a lot of positives, saving on costs, gaining skills on the team, but I imagine you also had some challenges. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges you might have faced in that transition from working on this project entirely with external consultants to managing the project entirely internally?
Yeah, yes, definitely. One of the key challenges we faced was in the initial stages was a steep learning curve. When we were working with our vendor and consultants, although their model was black box, they did have years of experience in this space. And marketing mix modeling comes with several technical aspects that are quite specific, and they require research into what are the common methodologies used for it and what are the best practices, and understanding of the approach. And we also need to develop an understanding of the business context behind various features that we add into our model. And another challenge we faced was during the data review and cleaning. And as always, it's the most time consuming part. And as media spend data we receive from our ad agency is not always accurate and consistent. So, and when we collect additional data, like I mentioned, the earned media, it comes with the challenge of computing the proper estimates for it. So we develop a ClickSense application prior to using Dataiku to help us with visualizing and reviewing this data for accuracy. And also figuring out technical requirements was a challenge as we migrated from our laptops to Dataiku. Installing the necessary packages was a bit tricky, and also figuring out efficient ways to integrate data that we get from many different sources, and figuring out the best way to visualize these results and sharing with the clients.
Okay, so a few challenges, but nothing the team couldn't overcome. You mentioned specifically the data sources. You mentioned it earlier as well. So let's dive into that. Could you walk us through kind of how you integrated various data sources into Dataiku, especially considering that, as you said, previously the data was so scattered across different platforms and different places?
Yeah, we work with several different types of data. Mainly the three groups of data are internal, external, and marketing data. First, our internal data uh, is, for example, the transactional data we have stored in our Snowflake already, from where we get sales and jackpot information. And then we have earned media from our corporate communication team, in-store promotion from our sales team. And second is the external data. We have macroeconomic and external factors that affect our sales, such as inflation rates, tourism, weather, and holiday data. And then we have our marketing data that we receive as CSV files from our marketing agency. This is the data that shows us marketing spend and impressions by each media tactic. So Dataiku allows us to import and integrate all these sources very efficiently. For the internal data, we leverage the integration between Dataiku and Snowflake, and then we process this data using SQL code recipes. And for external data, we researched a bit, and we found some APIs and Python libraries such as Statistics Canada and the API Connect plugins for holiday data that we could pull the data directly. And for marketing data, this is the old-fashioned way we received it from CSV files. So the process we follow is we append these files as we receive it every few months into Snowflake, and then we pull the data from there into Dataiku. And for preparing the data, I used a lot of different recipes in Dataiku, mainly to clean, prepare, and join these data sets into a single file that serves as the input to a marketing mix modeling, which is in the form of a Python code recipe.
Great. So lots of stuff there. For those of you who aren't familiar with Dataiku, what you see here is the flow, and you can see just how many data sources there are there on the left-hand side. So that's very cool. I also love that you all are using the code recipes. It just goes to show people think sometimes of Dataiku as a no-code tool only, and it's great that your team has decided to stick with code and that Dataiku is the right tool for that. So that's really great to hear. Of course, we know that data science projects can be great, but if there's no impact on the business, doesn't really mean anything. So can you describe the impact that this project has had on your business, and specifically how the insights you gain from your models here influence actually your marketing strategies?
Yes, the insights gained from this project have actually been transformative for us for influencing between our analytics and marketing teams. For our VP and Director of Marketing, who have been great supporters of this work, MMM has provided them with effectiveness measures and optimization recommendations that they are using to drive accountability and data-driven decision making within our teams and agency partners. And this insights mainly helped us to find the right balance between traditional and digital media tactics. We have seen our agencies using our data and insights in their quarterly business reviews, where they review past insights, research, and recommendations heading into their future media planning, which I think is pretty cool. And one of the major changes the model enabled was rapid reallocation of our marketing budget by tactic. And insights from this model highlighted that certain online channels were more effective and delivering higher returns compared to offline channels. As a result, we shifted some of our budget from offline to online channels, and this shift is also supported by the current market trends, and this thereby it enhances our overall marketing efficiency. And additionally, we also adjusted the timing of our campaign to account for something called a lag effect, aiming to improve our campaign effectiveness by having our optimized channel messaging uh, land at the right time. And looking ahead, we plan to rerun these models over the next year to assess how these changes that we made have influenced our results. And it will also help us to refine our strategies further and ensure we maximize the return on our marketing investments.
This is so great. As somebody who's on the marketing side, this is so valuable, and it's so great that you're providing this for your marketing team. Um, let's talk a little bit about Dataiku's role in kind of helping you communicate a little bit better with the business. What role did Dataiku's data prep recipes play in making the project a little bit more accessible to team members who might not be data scientists?
Dataiku's visual recipes, as we have seen in the flow earlier in one of our slides, made our project accessible to team members who might not be data scientists or they who might not be actively involved in the model development of this specific project, but more on the involved on the business side. We utilize several visual recipes, including prepare recipe, stack, pivot, group, and join, to handle various aspects, various steps of our data transformation. These recipes are very user friendly and easy to learn, and they provide a clear step by step view of the data manipulation process. For instance, the prepare recipe allows us to perform simple cleaning tasks such as filtering, creating new fields with formula, renaming columns without writing any code. And the interface makes it easy for someone who just has access to read only access, for example, to just dive in and look at the steps in detail. And this whole transparency is particularly valuable for team members who may not have a very technical background, as they can follow along these steps and understand how the data is being processed. And in cases where a higher level of customization is needed, which was not present in Prepare Recipe, or there are some very specific tasks or specific to some projects, I also used Python code recipes. And integrating these code recipes and the visual recipes allowed for a very overall very flexible approach, which combines the ease of use and also with advanced functionality in the code as per our requirements. And even a lot of users have read-only access to our projects, and they can view the steps and also visuals, charts, and they can export these necessary data sets and visuals that are needed for preparing business presentations. And overall, it this process enables better communication and alignment across different teams and team members.
Amazing. I love that. I love seeing the interplay between the code features and the low code features and how you guys are leveraging all of that. It's really great to see. It's kind of the power of Dataiku. Um, you're a data scientist. I work at Dataiku. We love numbers. We love data. Have you been able to actually quantify any cost or time savings from bringing this project in-house, to kind of show the ROI? And if so, how did you go about calculating it and arriving at those estimations?
Yes, the cost savings have been significant for us. We previously spent around $125,000 per brand on consulting services for MMM. And now that we already built MMMs for one or two iterations for four brands, we have saved about $750,000 dollars in consulting fees alone. And the insights from the model have allowed us to as I mentioned earlier, allowed us to reallocate millions of dollars in marketing spending. And we plan to run additional iterations for the model to evaluate improvements due to these changes, so that would be additional cost savings for the business. And we have some baseline contribution and effective measures that we can replicate and monitor as our key performance indicators over time. And coming to the time savings, the impact has also been substantial, as the main bottleneck of MMM is the data collection and preparation. Original MMM project we did prior to having Dataiku was executed over a 3 to 4 month period at best. And once we standardize the data collection process with our internal external partners, and once we set up the initial process flow and model for a particular brand, running subsequent iterations and other for model for other brands now only takes 1 or 2 weeks. And if no additional data is needed, or no major changes are made, of course. And this is a major improvement for us over the previous setup we had. And one more way we have the time savings is that running the Python code, the models in the Python code, is significantly faster than on a local laptop. Because Dataiku has container configuration options that can be optimized according to our memory requirements. And through this, we have reduced the processing time of our codes by over 70%. And we also saw some significant time savings in the data preparation process as well as our insights preparation, because DataQ makes it easier for us to prepare presentations for our clients by exporting results in the form of data sets and charts directly to the dashboards. And we can also share the dashboards and workspaces directly with the clients without the need of preparing presentations in case urgent results are required. And overall, using DataIQ has been both cost effective and efficient for us.
Thank you so much for that great breakdown. It's amazing to see how you're kind of tackling the ROI from multiple angles, cost savings, time saving, and it seems like all around it's been a win for the team. Um, let's talk a little bit more about Dataiku in itself. What are some of the most important features that you relied on for this project? I mean, you've talked about a few already, but let's dive deeper into that and why were these particular features so crucial for you?
Yeah, I want to talk about different features that were key for us. And when we started at the initial stages of our projects, we encountered some issues with some installations. For example, getting the correct version numbers for different packages in Python, especially PyStan library, which we are using for Bayesian statistical models. And DataIQ support team was very quick to respond and helped us resolve them efficiently along with our platform team. And the Dataiku Academy and knowledge base were great resources for me personally, and because they're very well formulated and they help me get to up to speed very quickly. Initially with the core designer certification, and there are a lot more certifications as we advance into different phases of our project. And one more very important feature for us was Snowflake integration. As I mentioned earlier, most of our internal data is migrated into Snowflake already. So integration with Snowflake was essential for importing the large data sets and allowing us to access real-time updates if there are any into these data sets. And uh, one more feature we discussed is the visual flow in DataIQ with the clear representation of and zones and tags, which made it easy for the team to track each step in the process. And additionally, one more very underrated feature is the documentation and dashboards feature, which allows us to have everything in one place as opposed to using multiple applications for different aspects prior to using DataIQ. So now we are able to document everything in DataIQ's wiki, and even the wiki pages we can publish these to the workspaces, and also the results we can publish to the dashboards and workspaces as well. So these features are extremely valuable for us to stay organized and share insights with our stakeholders.
I love it. And some of these are newer too, data quality rules and management overall. We've made a lot of enhancements there. So it's great to see such a range of features and to recognize and shout out our support team who are amazing. So thank you for that breakdown. You mentioned a lot of really positive things, but of course there are always little bumps in the road. So how did you handle, for example, data quality issues or discrepancies across the different data sources when integrating them into Dataiku? I think this is a problem that probably a lot of people face.
Yeah, handling data quality was a major focus for us, especially for some of the data sources compared to others where the quality is not as great. So while building the flow initially, when we are building for the first time, the analyze option for each column gives a quick overview of the data, and it's simple. And when we open a data set, we can see the how the data quality and types of each column, and it allows us to spot any potential issues early on. And I often relied on prepare recipes if I have any simple missing value imputations and outlier removals. And the analyze option and these prepare recipes when we are building the flow also allow us to create data quality rules, which is also one of the very important features to flag issues like missing values and outliers across data sets. And these quick data check rules allow us to create triggers so that when we deploy a project as well, when new data is added, we get alert when some data quality is not the rule is not met. And I'm still exploring these rules, and there are a lot of options to fine tune these rules as well as we delve into more advanced projects. And there are, of course, more advanced outlier detection models available as well that I'm yet to explore as per our requirements. And all these tools together made it much easier to manage discrepancies and maintain data quality throughout the project, which is crucial for us, especially for our future iterations with additional data added.
Great, thanks for diving into that. Again, I know data quality is something that a lot of people out there kind of struggle with continually. So that's a really great deep dive. Looking a little bit to the future, I know you and your team are working on other projects following the success of the marketing mix modeling project. So can you talk a little bit about what's next for you and your team and how you see Dataiku kind of moving with you to support those future initiatives?
Yes, we are diving into some exciting new initiatives to enhance how we engage with our players. One of the major projects we are currently working on is enterprise player segmentation. The goal is to train a model that can analyze play behaviors and predict the attitudinal segments of the players they fall into. We have collected segment labels for a subset of players who participated in a survey, and so we know which segment they fall into. Now we're working on developing the model that uses various play behavior metrics, things like frequency of play, product preferences, spending patterns, risky behaviors, and their demographics as features in our training data set. We'll be able to gain a much deeper understanding of our base once this predictive model is launched. And this means we can tailor our personalized promotions, our player experiences, game offerings, and customer support more effectively to each unique group of these players. And one more project we are in currently in the early planning stages is customer lifetime value prediction, where the idea is to develop a model that forecasts the lifetime value of our known players. So this model will also factor in into things like the players' past spending behaviors, player activity levels, churn likelihood, and even external influences such as economic conditions to estimate the total value the player will bring over time. And these players include both our online play now players and also the bricks and mortar casino players. Once both these segmentation and customer lifetime values are up and running, the potential applications for us would be huge. And together, they'll provide us a comprehensive view of our players, who they are, how they behave, what their potential value is to our business. And this will allow us to refine our retention strategies, target high value players more effectively, and also to design loyalty programs that might resonate with specific segment of players. Overall, it's all about deepening our player engagement and boosting our loyalty and driving sustainable growth. And data IQ will be a key asset for us for all these projects.
Music to my ears. Final question to wrap us up. You have a lot going on in the future. You're exploring lots of different projects. Are there any features or tools within Dataiku that maybe you haven't leveraged yet, but you're really excited to explore further in these future projects?
Yeah, absolutely. There are quite a few features within Data IQ that I want to dive into for our upcoming projects. First and foremost is Auto ML. I've been using it recently to train multi-class classification models, and the interface makes it incredibly easy to test multiple algorithms in parallel, which or while also handling hyperparameter tuning with minimal effort. Another feature I'm exploring is LLM recipes, and right now I'm experimenting with them on sample text data, and I can already see their potential in handling text-based challenges. These tools will be handy for us because we are continuing to gather more textual data from our customer feedbacks, data from open-ended responses from our surveys and other sources. So I'm eager to see how these text-based workflows perform in production level scenarios. And additionally, there are a ton of features and integrations that I'm haven't fully explored yet. For example, the ML ops capabilities for deploying models and managing them at scale, and also leveraging custom plugins to extend Dataiku core features. And as our projects grow, this will be a key aspect for us. That the would be the need for version control, efficient monitoring, and retraining pipelines. So overall, I think Dataiku is a very versatile platform, and my team at BCLC is excited to keep exploring what it can do for us, drive greater value as we dig deeper into its tools and features.
That's so great. And we're really excited to be on this journey with you and to continue to help you as your team matures and takes on more and more projects. So thank you. Thank you so much for this talk. I learned a lot. I hope the audience did as well. And then we hope you join us for even more Product Days sessions, either on replay or live in the next couple of days. So thank you.